couldn't read. He was illiterate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is funny because
he was like a terrible person also at the
Really?
show. SNL invited me to showcase. They're like, put together an audition. I didn't really have anything, so I just threw together like an impression I did from my high school improv team.
Right.
These things and threw it all together. And then a month later, I found out I got the job. And I was like, this is amazing. And then, I remember I talked to Steve Higgins in the office. He's like, all right, so now you got the audition now. What do you got?
Right.
And it's like, oh, that's all I had. They're like, oh, you need to bring your own shit every week.
That was chapter 1.
They have writers, obviously, who are amazing. But it's in everyone's best interest to get their shit on the show. So you're trying to pitch them on how you fit into the show. And once they can figure you out, then maybe it's, But they're going to write for Keenan. They're going to write for Kate McKinnon. They're not going to write for the new guy unless you're like popping in some way or they know who you are. You're the impressions guy. You're the stand-up on Update. But I was just like, no, I got this one Dirty Dancing thing, and then I hope you guys can figure out the rest. And so I was kind of fucked every week. But
speaking of Keenan, if you ran into Keenan Thompson on the street, would you have to give
I ran into him on the street a lot.
Really?
Yes.
I was going to say, would you
because we live in the same neighborhood. He'll yell out the car window. Well, but the other day, this was now like 6 months ago, but his kid was coming out of school. He was waiting for his kid to leave school, and I stood on the corner with him for a half hour and just chatted.
I was going to wonder if you had to give him any like context clues because you were there the one season. Like I didn't know if he would be.
Lauren wouldn't remember me, but Keenan gives me a fucking huge hug every time. He's the
that's
sweetest
great.
man alive.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I saw you did. I read that you did Vladimir Putin in a dress rehearsal sketch that didn't make it to air on the episode that Trump hosted.
Let me show you a photo that's pretty wild. Can I?
Yeah, please. Isn't that that was 2015. Talk about foreshadowing. That's pretty insane. 10 years ago you did that.
This is fuck. I got no service.
You were doing Putin.
I was going to show. I'm going to send you this photo.
Send me the photo. We'll
so you can cut to it because it's me shaking hands with Trump. And
what was the sketch?
Oh, here it is. I got it. Look at this. This is crazy. Al Franken wrote it. I can't remember. It was like a spy landing in his hair. And then most of the sketch took place in his hair. But anyway.
Oh, that's fun. Wow, dude. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That is wild. Yeah, I'll show this and
we'll send it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to pitch to Trump. I bombed so hard at the table read when Trump was there, you could hear the protesting 17 floors below.
So do you guys still keep in touch?
Me and Trump?
Yeah. Is it like
no? No. We.
So you haven't seen him since January 6th?
I haven't seen him since the Capitol.
Yeah.
I was taking a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
Yeah.
And that was the last time I saw him. No. He was a prick, by the way, and couldn't read. He was illiterate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is funny because
he was a terrible person also at the
Really?
show. Yeah, listen, there were some times where he would shake your hand and look at you, but for the most part, he would only like ideas that were, praised to him. He was taking phone calls in the middle of the table read. He was struggling to read. He kept asking Ivanka to go get his glasses.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that episode? I don't remember. How was that episode
Terrible.
received? Yeah, not good.
Not good.
Yeah, because there's some people who do it where it's like Charles Barkley, where it was like it's so bad that it's good kind of a thing.
No, it was bad. He was like, I'm gonna riff.
He can riff.
And we're
please
don't.
The guy can riff. Maybe not an SNL
not
sketch
an
comedy,
SNL.
but he's a bit of a riff master.
Sure. Sure, yeah, the weave.
But then I saw the weave. I saw that you also, it's funny because you got the right, and then on the left, I read that you got, I don't remember this at all, but I also didn't know you then. You received a ton of criticism from Anderson Cooper on your impression of him. What was that like?
You're bringing this shit up.
A little gotcha journalism here.
Basically, I had to play Anderson Cooper in a debate sketch. Anderson Cooper is an impossible guy to impersonate. There's not much to do there.
He's like a robot.
He's pretty much a robot. And
robot.
It's pretty vanilla impression. There's nothing to grab onto, really. And please don't show this. Anyway.
That's not a bad. That looks
still
nothing
pretty
like you. It's so wild.
It's triggering. Well, I don't know why. I just thought he had pursed lips, so I kind of
You pursed him?
I pursed him. And that's what I emphasized.
Okay.
And then Anderson was on Andy Cohen's show, and they said this was their quote, that I queened him up, that they thought I queened him up, and that I was playing it gay. And I was like, I was making lips, and I was playing myself.
Right.
And they interpreted that as me queening. I'm like, no, I think you're just.
That's why Kevin Spacey came after you.
Exactly. I present as maybe a little gay.
Yeah.
And the internet came after me.
Was it bad? Did you have to like delete?
I deleted my
media?
Twitter.
No way.
I deleted my Twitter.
That bad?
Yeah. And then years later, I was in a movie that it was. They were promoting. Reese Witherspoon. She was doing Watch What Happens Live, and I was bartending on the show. When she was there. It was her, Candace Bergen, and me and my buddy who were in the movie were bartending Andy Cohen's show, and. I said something to him after the show. I go, hey, you really...
To Andy.
Yeah. You really didn't like my Anderson Cooper impression. He goes, what are you talking about? I go, you said I queened him up. You're the reason I deleted my Twitter. He goes, I don't remember that at all.
Oh, yeah, he's also high and drunk a lot of times.
Yeah, he's also done this a million times. He doesn't know what he's doing. Like, he just creates... He's generating, buzz for the show. And he doesn't realize
I've been to Watch What Happens
that he's, like,
Live.
Tarnishing a 25-year-old who's, like, barely staying afloat,
So wait,
SNL.
It was Andy that said that, not Anderson?
I didn't watch the clip.
Yeah,
because
I thought it was Anderson.
It would have devastated me too much. But either way, I bumped into Andy Cohen like a few months later, and he was like, oh my God, I talked to Anderson about you, and he was mortified. He said, we really ruined people's lives.
And that's why you've supported Trump ever since.
And that's why I've supported
There we go.
That cannot be on the record.
I went to Watch What Happens.
Be one comedian on a podcast who does not support Trump, right?
That's the buzz that's going to come out of this. I went to a Watch What Happens Live one time, and I was in the bathroom while they were starting to load in, and then Andy came in and pissed right next to me, and then he was like, what's up? How are you? And then when you get to ask questions ahead of time, I was with my wife. She's like the biggest fan of Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
And then I asked a question, and he was very smiley. And I see him when I leave, like doing like Sam Roberts' show a lot because he's recording his show at Sirius, and he's always like recording, but like he's like he like can't place how he's seen me before, but I think it may be a Spacey thing. He's like presenting, you know what I mean? Like maybe I'm presenting, but he's very sweet. Yeah, he's a very sweet man.
There you go. So.
What about did you have a sketch that didn't make it to air that you thought was great, or a sketch that you were shocked made it to air? That you got on? That's actually even more fun, where you're like, how the fuck did I get this thing on there?
I had this sketch called Mark the Pirate.
Okay.
That made it on. But it was Mikey Day's idea. In all fairness, Mikey is so fucking brilliant.
Sure.
And would crank out like 7 sketches a night. And really, Mikey, I think, was meant to do it. And I did it, and it ate shit on air. It was just like a pirate who likes to keep things fun. And that first line killed, but then like I kind of tanked, and it was like shoehorning my dancing in again, and it just didn't work.
You just go into Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, I literally did. I was like, I remember I pitched something when Ryan Gosling was there, where I was like, I got this idea where like maybe I'm like dying on the battlefield, and you're like, I'll tell your wife, I'll let your wife know. And I was like, forget her, just kiss me. Stop talking about my wife and just kiss me. And that got some laughs. And then Gosling like earnestly was like, yeah, man, I don't want to do that. And that got much bigger laughs. Then he came into the office later and was like, hey, man, I was thinking about it. It's like kind of like Canteen Boy, and I think I want to give it a try. And then it bombed the table. But yeah.
Yeah, it was Canteen Boy. It would have been that version.
Canteen
that would have bought you another season right there. That's
Come on. Spacey would have seen it and been like, I told you this guy was...
Spacey's like, that son of a bitch.
And Anderson Cooper would have been like, he queened it up.
You're both getting...
God damn it, I'm a one-trick pony.